So today we're going to talk about Christ Methods Online, revolutionizing digital evangelism. So I want you to imagine a world where every click leads to a connection. Once again, with digital marketing, what people are doing, they want to connect with you so they can sell something. What we do, we want to connect with you so we can show you the goodness of God. We're becoming witnesses. So it's all about that connection. So just imagine a second where every click can be translated into a connection to somebody. How do we connect to the person that's across the world or the person that's across the street? How do we do that? So when we're talking about making these connections and thinking about this person, think about it like this. One night, desperate to find some meaning in her life, she types into a search engine, "How can I find peace?" Do you know? Once again, it's about connecting with people. We want to have a conversation with people, and it's a digital hand extended into a real life friendship. Sarah finds herself engaged in authentic interactions with a church member through live chat service. As they talk, the member shares personal experiences of biblical wisdom, not only preaching, but also listening, truly listening to Sarah's fears and also her hopes. One of the things I found out about digital evangelism is that it costs us more time than it does money. This is not something that you can just throw money at and go away and make it happen. No, you're going to spend more time, and this is the way it should. This is the way it should happen, because we talk about Christ Methods alone. What's the first thing on page 143, Ministry of Healing, does Ellen White say? She said that Christ mingled with the people. And that means that we have to connect with people. There, she was welcomed with open arms and hearts, leading her to eventually to become a cherished member of the community. Now, this is not just something that we wrote. This is actually things that have actually happened. First year I got there, opening up our church parking lot, because once again, it was still COVID, opening up our church's parking lot and allowing the people to go through our parking lot through a real life Bible study on the state of the dead. And they look like, just like you guys are looking like, what? That makes no sense, preacher. But this is what happened. We opened up the parking lot. We started at, and we called it Hallowed Be Thy Name. And so we started from Genesis. Then we started with creation. Then we took them to how death entered the world. And a lot of this stuff we take for granted because we know it. We grew up with it. We've heard the stories over and over again. But do you know there are some people who do not understand death? They don't understand what happens. And so we had people from other churches. We had people from the community. We had people who had never been to church before. And they came through. We took them all the way through the parking lot. And they each step had a Bible story, all the way through to the second coming of Jesus Christ. So we went to creation when there was no death, how death came into the world, to how Jesus overcame death on the cross, and eventually vanquishing death forever in his return and what happens to people.